Morning everybody, Uncle Dave here, bank holiday weekend, not quite as hot as it was last week, so I'm not in shorts. Just to say, I love cheese and onion pie, and I remember a friend of Karen's called Roz, who she was moving into a new house, and we gave her a microwave and some pans and bits and pieces to help her on her way, and she said, "Oh, my partner loves my cheese and onion pie, I'll make you one as a thank you." Well, scringe my gimbals, it was absolutely awful. She used McDonald's, you know, those orange cheese slices. She put a load of them in on top of raw onions, put a bit of pastry on it, and that was it. It was putrid. So thank you, Roz. But now I'm going to show you how to make a cheese and veg pie that will feed 6 people comfortably. Rolls in at about £8 all up. So what we've got is 650 grams of decent potatoes, just ordinary bakers will do, chopped down into cubes, about that big. 3 nice leeks, 1 red onion, large one chopped down into very small pieces, 2 carrots chopped very finely, a bit of butter which is purely for frying. Then we're going to use 100 grams of the specially selected Parmesan cheese and 100 grams of the Aldi vintage cheddar strength 7. Whole milk, which will make the sauce. Don't use semi-skim, that will ruin it. Puff pastry and short crust pastry. So we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go. On a Sunday, as you can imagine, because not only am I going to be making this cheese and veg pie, which is going to be for tomorrow's tea, I'm actually in the throes of doing everything that's required for the lamb Sunday roast. The lamb's in the oven, but let's concentrate on this. I do recommend that we blanch the potato cubes and the small chopped carrots. Around about 3 minutes should do it. Just gives them a chance to soften up before they go in with the rest of the mixture. I'm going to have to rush today anyway, because you won't believe, I know you know Auntie Karen asked me to do all sorts of things. You cannot beat this one. I put in the comments if your wife asks you to do anything like this. She said, "Dave, will you take the kitchen plinths off and clean underneath?" And I'm thinking, are you having a giraffe? But let me prove it to you. Look, I've even mopped the floor, but look, I've taken all them off. She wants me to clean under there. I mean, come on. And make dinner. Phew, I better get a move on. So there she is. There's the woman who's causing all the grief. And she's actually just reminded me, not only am I making the cheese and veg pie and the lamb roast dinner, she's also said, "Where's my bacon butty?" So I am working on 3 fronts at the moment. And to top it all, it's bed change day. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'll take that through for her so she can enjoy watching Sunday brunch. I even give her a kitchen roll to mop up with. Right, we're ready to go. A decent knob of butter into the frying pan, and then all the lovely leeks are now chopped. We'll drop all of those in, waste none of them. And then in with the red onion also, and then it's time for a stir. All stirred up, and we've dropped the light down to just below a medium heat, and we'll leave that. We don't want it to actually brown at all, so we just keep our eye on it, and we'll be back to it in about 5 minutes. There we go, 5 minutes on. That looks absolutely perfect. Plain flour, 2 dessert spoons heaped. That should do it, and then we've got to work that in slowly and make sure we don't end up with any lumps. At the same time, I'm just warming in the microwave the 600 millilitres of whole cream milk. So with a bit of luck, that'll ping just as I'm ready to pop it in here. We're going to cook this out now for about a minute. Right, that's absolutely perfect. Microwave pinged, so in goes the milk. Kind of do it in stages, make sure it soaks in, and then at the side of you can see I've got the potatoes and the carrots ready. I think that'll do, that can all go in. So at some stage soon you're going to see Uncle Dave throw in a few deviants, some of his deviations that he thinks of as he's cooking. So they're optional. We're starting and staying with the ingredients I showed you at the top of the program, but you can stick these other items in if you see fit. Right, that needs to come up to a boil, and then we drop it to a simmer. And there we are, simmering nicely. So in go all the potatoes and the carrots. Give them a good mix up. And then this is going to kind of simmer for about 10 minutes, which will just take the edge off the blanched potatoes. You don't want them to fall to mush, so you want to maintain them with the shape. Okay, so now we've reached the stage where I think we need to introduce some cheese. Okay, so first of all, in goes the 150 grams of the Aldi 7 strength vintage cheddar, followed by an equal amount of the Parmesan. Oh, this is gonna, it's rich, but we love it, don't we? Oh, I love you, cheese. I think you're really great. That was terrible. Okay, the first Uncle Dave deviation is a good heaped teaspoon of Dijon mustard. This goes so well and it just lifts the flavours. So again, you don't have to include it if you just want a more traditional, typical flavour. I mean, cheese and onion pie after the war was a staple for so many families because pastry was so cheap to make, you know, basically flour and water, and cheese was plentiful. So, but now we're just taking it to another level in 2025. So that will now stay on a very low simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, and we'll come back shortly. 10 minutes have passed, and the final deviations, the Uncle Dave deviations, and that was from my granddaughter and grandson. Beautiful, eh? I am bald, so I can't say much about it, but it's Aldi, it's Aldi. Peas. Drop a load of frozen peas in, as many as you like. It helps towards your 5 a day, and of course it's adding more colour to the finished article. They're rock solid, so I'll have to break those up. And the final thing then is nutmeg. Nutmeg, again, you can leave it if you don't want to, but you can stay with the very basic version. The final thing to say is when you season it, the cheese itself will be salty, so it's more a case of pepper and taste to make sure you don't over salt it. Okay, we're looking good. So it's Happy Bank Holiday Monday. Everything is as we left it. The only thing, of course, for making a pie is you have got to let it cool. So this has just been in the fridge overnight, and now I'm going to have to call on Auntie Karen to assist me because I'm not very good at messing around with pastry, but she seems to be able to do it much better than me. So I'll rely on her, and no doubt she'll be giving me a job while she does the pastry. And here she is. So, despite what you may all think, there is quite a personable side to Auntie Karen, and she's quite happy to help me. So she's rolling out the short crust pastry on my behalf, which is very good of her. And I hope it works, because she has a tendency to swear if it doesn't. Oh my lord. She's feeling okay at the moment, not mentioning the kitchen plinths. So, right, she's doing it, but she's left the paper on. We'll join her again in a minute. We do have an issue because the pastry, it's so warm today that as soon as you get it out of the fridge, it just goes like this. But we're happy enough. Don't worry about it. That's going to give us a lovely base. So now I'm going to pour in our lovely mixture. And you join me as it's filling up nicely. Actually, I think I've done this to total perfection. Let's just pop all that in. Then we've got to spread it out. You see, when you see this warmed up, and oh gosh, it'll be lovely. There's enough kind of sauce with that. It'll just... Karen never lets me waste any. I have to scrape every last bit out. Okay, so now we just smooth it over that pastry. And then we're going to give her another chance now, because whereas we've used short crust on the base, we now cover this with puff pastry. Here goes. Right, the puff pastry is here. That's just about the right size. I've egg washed all the edges so that when I do this, hopefully, and then we've got something to just stick it to. And I'm going to cut some of these edges off, any spare bits, make some nice little leaves just to decorate it. What do you think about that, love?
Yeah, can you do them?
Well, it's better than cleaning underneath the bloody kitchen plinths. By heck, I'm really impressed with myself. Just egg washing the whole pastry now, and my lovely leaves. Are you impressed with that? I've never done them in my life, but they don't look too bad. So make sure we get enough egg on. We don't want to have it swamped in egg. So I'll just be a bit careful how much I put on. But then the excitement's going to build, because this is our bank holiday tea. Well, obviously not all of it. The good thing is it freezes fantastic. So yeah, for £8, by God, 6 people would get an absolute monster portion here, because it's rammed to the top with all the good stuff. Okay, maybe we're going to go for a walk after this, and then Karen did say she might let me go to the pub because I've worked hard and I've not had a can while I've been doing this. And there we are, 40 minutes later, an absolutely scrumptious, lovely, crispy cheese and vegetable pie. So we're going to show you ourselves tucking into it at tea time. Right, we've got the chase in the background, but Karen's here. I've had 5 pints because she let me go to the pub, and she's only had 3 wines. So I think you deserve at least...
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
gorgeous.
Gosh. Wait till we get all these bits out. Oh, it's sensational, isn't it?
That looks, eh?
Yeah, it will be. And there's, you see, that's one portion, how big that is. We're saying it's 6. I mean, I think it's more than that. So you enjoy, my darling. I have put the plinth boards back on.